The LAAT LE Patrol gunship was designed during the Clone Wars for law enforcement to navigate the dense structures of Coruscant. The ship was later repurposed by the Empire to serve as a patrol craft on various planets around the galaxy. This version is commonly referred to as the Imperial Patrol Transport. We first saw the Imperial variant of the ship in Star Wars Rebels, where the Empire relied heavily upon it for its operations on Lothal. The gunship also played a role in one of the show's most emotional moments, which I'm not gonna spoil here. When Grand Admiral Thrawn got taken to Peridea, some of the patrol transports were stationed on the Chimera, Thrawn's Star Destroyer, which is why they once again make an appearance in the Ahsoka show. The MOC that I'm showing off today is the Imperial Patrol gunship from BrickVault. It was designed by LDD model maker and is made up of 960 pieces. If you were to buy all the pieces from Bricklink, it would set you back around $150. But since I already had most of the pieces in my collection, it only cost me around $40 to build. This is also why you'll see that some pieces are a bit scratched or in alt light grey. I also chose to use dark bluish grey for the rear of the ship, as the plain tailpiece in light bluish grey would have cost $10 more, as it only came in the original Coruscant Police gunship. There's lots of things to like about this model. I'm especially fond of how it looks from the front, as it matches the original quite well. The detail and shaping on the ship are also pretty accurate. The only nitpick I have are these cylinders on the side, as they fall off pretty easily, especially since they're right next to the door. I think in terms of custom models, this is one where the price is fair for what you get, as most pieces are pretty easy to come by, except of course the tail end. If we compare it to the Coruscant Guard gunship, the price is pretty similar. There, of course, you get some figures too, but if you want to add some to this set, stormtroopers and TIE pilots are rather cheap. In terms of interior, the designer put in about as much as possible. The cockpit opens up and allows you to fit in 2 pilots. There's not much detail, but I like the pink pieces that represent the controls. I'm usually not too fond of cockpits that you can't see through, but with a shape like this, there isn't much of an alternative. Of course the back opens up too, to allow room for troops and prisoners. The steps that fall out and the door inside are pretty neat touches. Sadly I found it a bit hard to put figures inside, as the space is pretty cramped. However, there's really not much that can be changed, since this has to stay minifig scale. One thing that could be changed though is the stand. Although it looks nice, the base is way too small and the whole ship can be knocked over very easily. As for the instructions, the building process went pretty flawlessly for the most part. My motivation for building this ship was to have a way of displaying my night troopers. While looking for a model to build, I also came across this one by CRT Productions, which also is brilliant. I ended up settling for the BrickVault version though, as I think it also works pretty well when displayed next to official LEGO sets. As I said, I wanted to use the gunship to display my small night trooper army, so I built a little base for it. It's supposed to be set on the meadows of Peridea, so it's mainly flat with some rocks and shrubbery in between. Getting the round shape was a bit tricky, but in my opinion, paid out in the end. I achieved it by using some questionable building techniques, but hey, if it works, it works. Overall, I think the Imperial Patrol Transport is a solid build and would make a great addition to any Imperial army. Thanks for watching my video to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. All the creators I mentioned are linked in the description, so go check them out. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and may the Force be with you.